Not only is writing creative and fun, but it's actually good for you. Let's talk about some of the best benefits to expressive writing. Hey, it's Megan. Welcome. It's so good to see you. As a writing coach, one of my favorite things to talk about and learn about is the benefits of expressive writing. I think it's so cool that there are actual health benefits to writing. So let's talk about that. So what is expressive writing? Basically, it's writing meant to express yourself. This isn't your novel, it's not your blog, and it's not even necessarily your journal. It's writing that allows you to be free to abandon the conventions of punctuation and grammar and know that nobody's ever going to read it. Expressive writing is the kind of writing you'll do if you've gone through something challenging, struggle with anxiety, or generally just want to maintain better mental health. I've been thinking a lot more about the health benefits of writing since becoming a creative writer with my local hospital. So I lead workshops and creative writing activities for patients there. And it's shown me that writing is actually so powerful, and people have done research on this, including a man named Dr. James Pennebaker. Dr. Pennebaker is a psychologist who's looked into the benefits of expressive writing, especially for students who have gone through traumatic experiences. So I can go into more detail about what he studied and how he studied it, but in a nutshell, he found that students who wrote about their traumatic experiences versus students who just wrote about superficial topics actually used their university health centers half as often. And he did another study that found those students showed higher immune functioning. Though the benefits aren't necessarily found in every person who writes this way, it tends to be more beneficial to write than to not write, which I think is really cool. And not really surprising when you think about it, but very cool that it's been actually studied and proven. So why is expressive writing so powerful? Sometimes there are things we don't want to talk about or feel like we don't have any place to talk about them or can't talk about them. Writing them down is one way we can feel safe about exploring some of those experiences or feelings. Writing is also a great way to organize our thoughts. We can dump them all on the page and then mark up the page and reorder things until it makes more sense. We can also reread it and go, okay, what do I think about that? And thinking about what we're thinking about is probably one of the most important skills we could cultivate. Plus, that dumping, that taking everything that's swirling around up here and organizing it on a page can actually clear our minds. It can help reduce our stress, reduce our anxiety, which can help us sleep better and have more energy. Expressive writing has even been shown to reduce the symptoms of depression. Okay, but I'm getting a little bit ahead of myself. Now that you know what expressive writing is and how it's been studied, what are some of the benefits you can expect? And just to let you know, some of these have been studied, some of these are from personal experience and are just my musings on the potential benefits. So give it a try and see what comes of it for you. Okay, so the first benefit to expressive writing is improved mental health, and I think this is so cool. But writing can literally make us feel better. Like I said before, it can reduce our stress. We're getting all of the clutter and chaos that's up here in our minds. We're putting it on paper where we can organize it, make more sense of it, think about it, even just seeing it can be helpful. Writing can reduce our anxiety, our depression, improve our mood, and boost our self-esteem, but the way we write really matters. So it's actually not enough just to write about the things that have happened, but we also have to write about the meaning behind those things, or the meaning we give to those things. So what do you think about the things that have happened? What can you learn from them, or what are you learning, or what do you hope to learn, or what's something you can take away from the experiences you've had? Sometimes it's really hard to figure that out, which is why it's so helpful just to start with writing out what's going on and how you're feeling about it first. Sometimes you're not in a place where you're ready to attach a meaning to it or find meaning in it, or it doesn't feel like there is any meaning in it. And when that's the case, sometimes it's better to just do free writing, which is writing for a specific amount of time without filtering. Whatever thought comes into your head, it goes on the page. But one thing about expressive writing that you don't want to do is make it a place where you're just exacerbating the harder feelings in an unhelpful way. Another benefit to expressive writing, and this one just blows me away, is that it can actually improve your physical health. That is just... what? That's so cool. Am I the only one that thinks that's really cool? Let's talk about that. So we talked a little bit about the improved immune functioning that he found in his students. And that's really one of the biggest benefits to expressive writing because again, it's reducing stress. And when you're chronically stressed, your immune system's gonna suffer. You're gonna get sick more often. You're not gonna sleep as well. So when you reduce that stress, it actually benefits your whole body. Really, writing is just a cure for everything. That's what I'm taking away from this. Not really, but it's so cool. Your organs can function better when you write expressively. Just saying. You should still eat well though. That doesn't mean like go out and eat more pizza every day, but it's another tool to put in your tool belt. And then as I've said before, another benefit, improved cognitive functioning. So writing this way can help you think differently. You can think about your thoughts as you reread them on the page. You can find patterns in the way that you think or the things that you do. And expressive writing may also help you remember things or problem solve and think critically. Another benefit of expressive writing is improved emotional intelligence. It's all about digging into your feelings and your thoughts, and that can make you more aware of what you do feel and what you do think day to day, how things affect you, and that can make you better able to handle difficult experiences as they come along. It may even help you be aware of feelings that you didn't know you had. I know that I've worked with people who didn't think they had much to be grateful for until they started listing things out and getting really specific, and they were surprised at how much appreciation they had for the things in their life. So there you go, something else that expressive writing can do for you. Then I'd also say that expressive writing could help improve your relationships. So how does that work? When we start exploring the things that we've gone through and how they've affected us or continue to affect us, or how far we've come, I think it makes us more empathetic. We're more likely to look at others with curiosity and compassion because we've taken time to look at ourselves with curiosity and compassion. As we explore our own struggles, we may be more empathetic towards the struggles of others. And finally, I think expressive writing can help you develop better coping skills. So expressive writing, in a sense, could be a coping skill. It's one tool you can use to keep the day-to-day stressors or the more challenging experiences you go through from lingering in your mind and causing you harm. Okay, I don't want to leave you without a few exercises you can use to try this out yourself. First exercise is making a gratitude list. So what I want you to do is set a timer for 15 minutes and you're going to keep listing things for that entire time. You may be thinking you don't have enough things to fill that list, and yeah, 15 minutes can seem like a long time. What I want you to do is keep going without filtering until your list gets really specific. So what we tend to do with gratitude lists is start really general. My family, my friends, my job, my house. Those are great things to be grateful for. But what I want you to try to do with this exercise is get more specific. So what are you grateful for about your family? What are you grateful for about your friends? What do you love the most about them? What do you love about your house? What are you grateful for about your job? Things like that. It may be helpful to take each big thing and list 5 to 10 things about those things that you're grateful for. Second exercise, write yourself a letter. This could be a letter to your past self, your future self, your present self. And I know it can feel kind of silly sometimes to write to yourself, but just give it a try and see what happens. Now the thing is, this isn't a letter telling you all the ways that you need to improve or have fallen short. This is an encouraging letter. Reflect on things that you've accomplished that you're proud of, even if they're small. Reflect on the parts of yourself that you love the most. Or if you're going through a challenging time, try writing yourself a letter of encouragement and then read it back whenever you need to. Third exercise, I call this the action reflection technique. This is more for journaling, but you're going to start with a line of action, so something that happened, and then you're going to add lines about reflection. So what did you think about that, or what were you feeling or experiencing? So for instance, an action line might be, I went to the store yesterday, and then your reflection line could be, I'd been putting it off for days and days and days, so it felt so good to finally get it done. And then you go into, while I was at the store, I saw XYZ. So it doesn't have to be one line of action, then one line of reflection. You can make those pieces as long as you want, but it's just a framework to help you if you're stuck and don't know where to start. I hope you found this video helpful. If you did, it's really helpful for me if you can like and subscribe. That way we can continue supporting each other on this writing journey. As always, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.